Hey guys, this is Stephen here. I wanted to shoot another new build video for you guys. This is located in Peoria, Arizona. The plan number is 3512. This does not have any names, but it's with Scott Communities, and this particular build has 1,700 square feet. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2.5 car garage. And we're gonna get a tour of the front of the property and then we're gonna go inside. I hope you enjoy it and let me know your thoughts. All right, so we are gonna walk out here. This is the view from the road. Here is the front of the property. So this property right now is actually being used as the office, so to speak. So instead of the garage, there's an office right there. So we won't get a tour of the garage, but let's go ahead and go in through the front door. All right, when you initially walk in, it's a pretty long hallway, but as we go into the right, we have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. So here is the very front bedroom, which is set up to be an office. All right, and this is a full bathroom. Pretty basic setup as far as design is concerned. All right, now we will go down this long hallway. Now, if you're a fan of hallways or not, they're really more for the effect aspect of things. So usually, you know, when you think about a hallway, it's not really livable square footage. Think about it as a destination to, of course, the living area. But before we get to the living area, let's go ahead and look at the laundry room here. It's got some cabinet space up there. Some of the builds that we've toured in the past have actually had sink space. I know my wife loves giant laundry rooms with a lot of sink space. So okay, so first thought, you know, just about the space. You know, obviously this is the most open space of the entire house. I am not a particular fan of having, you know, the kitchen right there, and then we have the dining and then the living. For us particularly, like let's say for entertaining people, we'd want kind of the kitchen in the space of, or I guess in the view of the living room, right? So then you could essentially be cooking and watching TV at the same time, right? So it'd be a little hard to see the TV from there. I love all this shelving though, that's super nice. All right, so now we're gonna get a tour of, well, actually before we get to the master, this is a half bath for the guests. Now here's the master. I love this this wall back here. Makes it look very nice. I don't know if I'm like a super fan of having the different tile versus this floor right here. You know, you got your wood tile essentially, and then you go into this type of tile. I personally would want it all matched. Got our double sinks, double vanity. One thing to note too, I mean, we have black, and then we got black, and then we got gold kind of like a bronze look almost too. As far as size of the shower, I mean, it's your basic size, I'd say. Decent size walk-in. My wife would take up pretty much from here to there. And then this would be me. Maybe even this. So, but got some bonus shelving space right here. Right. And now we got an idea for the inside. Let's get an idea for the outside. One thing to note, we got an entrance or exit from the master bedroom here to the outside area. Now, as far as yards go in Arizona with new builds, this is actually a pretty decent sized yard. I know for my wife and I personally, you know, we'd probably want something at least on a 1/4 acre. You're gonna be hard pressed to find something with that big of a lot size, especially if you go the new build route. I mean, with the new build route, if you're looking for a 1/4 acre plus, I mean, you're gonna be paying a lot premium, just so you know. Lot premiums can be anywhere from $30,000 plus. So just an idea, or just, I guess, food for thought, so to speak. But, you know, if you're looking for a bigger yard, new builds in Arizona, you know, might not be the best fit unless you're in a higher price point, so. It is a beautiful day. I'd actually say it's a first day in the 80s in Arizona. And we've had consistent 110-degree weather now for the past couple months. This build has a pretty decent sized side yard too. Could do a lot with that actually. All right, so that pretty much sums up the tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you are looking to move here to the West Valley, Peoria in particular, I'm definitely familiar with the area. I've done tours now of Surprise as well as far as those new builds. So if you want to check out my previous videos, I have some tours in those ones. And then I've done some tours now in another part of Peoria. So feel free to check out those videos if you want to get a feel. If you want any questions answered, feel free to text me. My number is 602-554-8731. Hope to talk to you soon. Thanks.